Hi, Chris.
All right. We're here with Vanderbilt women's basketball head coach Shea Ralph and seniors Jordyn Cambridge and LaChance. We will go ahead and open up the floor with players first. So if you have any questions for Jordyn or Bella, go ahead, raise your hand, and we'll call on you. Aria, go ahead.
Jordyn, how did you feel both scoring your 1,000th point and then setting the steals record today?
What did I used to do? Awesome. No, today was like really special, and to be able to do that on my senior night, on our senior night, is, I don't know, it's just amazing. You know, bittersweet feelings. You know, I'm glad we got the dub. But, you know, that's my last time playing Memorial, so I'm not gonna cry or anything in here. But you know, it feels good. I'm glad we came out with the dub. I'm glad I got to be a part of those special moments.
Go ahead, Atlanta.
Bella, how big was it for you getting the start on your senior day, a big bucket at the end? What has it meant for you to be a part of this Vanderbilt program?
I mean, it's definitely meant everything to me. Obviously the start is nice and the bucket, but I think it's just every day. You know, you guys don't see us in practice. You don't see us hanging out in the film room. Like, those little things, I think, are what means everything to me.
Bella, what has Jordyn meant to this team?
Jordyn is how we go, you know. Without her, I mean, she's been here the whole time I've been here. And that's been the biggest blessing for me, and anyone who has stepped foot in this program has been touched, or like, it's just an honor to be around her and to be able to follow her, and she's helped me become the leader that I am on this team.
Jordyn, you mentioned it being your last game here. What were the emotions like throughout the day, and I guess for Bella too after?
Honestly, I don't think it's really like hit me yet, but when it does, I'm sensitive and I'm a crybaby, so I'm definitely gonna cry. But I haven't cried once today, but I feel it coming soon. So today I've just been really excited. You know, I think it's because, you know, today was my last game here, but we have a lot more basketball to play, so I'm still looking forward to that.
Jordyn, what did it mean to see Ayanna score 28 points today in a big game for you guys?
That's what she does. She's a dog. Like, I mean, Ayanna Moore, she's just a phenomenal basketball player. Her scoring 28, I'm not going to have to go out there and say, well, why didn't you get 30? But, I mean, she's just a phenomenal player. That's what she brings to our team. She helps us go. She's unguardable, and she's just an even better person. So, yeah.
Bella, can you take us what today was like for you generally, and what your emotions like for today?
I haven't cried either, and I'm a big crier, but I feel like because we do have so much more basketball to play, obviously it's our last game Memorial, but we have a long way to go, and this isn't even the beginning.
Bella, you were obviously part of that team last year that only had 8 players for majority of the season. Going from that to now this, where you guys have a chance to be in the NCAA tournament, what does that mean for you?
I just think it's super exciting. You know, last year was a grind. Like, every day was a grind, and obviously this is too. But just to have, like, the people around us and know that, like, we're playing in March. Last year our season was already over, and this is a totally different team, and we're going to take it far.
Jordyn, with only being 3 steals away going into today, did you kind of have an idea of it before the game, or did you just find out, like, as they announced it, or?
No, I knew. I definitely knew. I wouldn't say it's like added pressure, you know, unless my teammates are like, okay, you're getting really close. Like, what are you doing? Come on. But I just think it makes it more fun. It makes it more exciting. So then when I did get the 1,000 point in the record, and my team, the way they celebrated me, I mean, that's unmatched. So I appreciate that.
Jordyn, being from Nashville, what has it meant to have your family all here for you today, and how has it been playing for your home city for the past, 4 or 5 years?
It's amazing. It's one of the reasons I stayed home, so I can play in front of my family. But today was actually the first time my entire family is here. Like, everyone is here. So that was very special to me. Like, this being my last game here, them getting to come out and see me and only having to come 10 minutes down the street, you know, it was really special. So I'm very grateful that I've got the opportunity to play in front of them for now 6 years.
You know how many between family and friends you had here today?
Well, I only gave 16 people tickets. Everybody else had to buy. So I couldn't give you an exact number. It's a lot, though.
If anybody has any questions for the SEC tournament or the NCAA tournament for the players, now is the time to ask. This will be the media availability before we play the SEC tournament game. So if you have any questions specifically, now would be the time to ask.
Jordyn, what does it mean to you as a player and as a leader on this team that you guys have a first round bye in the SEC tournament?
It's awesome. I mean, through my years, obviously, I've always played on the first day and been done on the first day. So to have a bye going in and not play till Thursday and keep playing after that, I mean, I'm excited, but this team is different. and we've worked really hard, and, we deserve it. So I'm excited to move forward and play next week and see how far we go.
Bill, as one of the leaders on this team, you guys have been really good on the road and at neutral sites throughout the year. How much confidence does it give you to have that behind you as you go to the SEC tournament, obviously on a neutral site, and can you kind of pinpoint why that is at all?
I definitely think it just stems back to what we do every day. Neutral, home, away. Like, every day in practice, we're going to give our best effort, and we're going to perform the way we need to perform at any site we play at. We could play outside. Like, we're going to do what we have to do no matter what to secure a win.
All right. Senior.
Real quick, for both of you, how important would it be to get this team to the NCAA tournament?
That will make me have tears. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Second.
All right, Jordyn, Bella, congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Wait till the door shut. We'll go ahead and open up the floor for questions for head coach Shea Ralph. So if you have questions, go ahead and raise your hand and we'll call on you. Elena, go ahead.
As a coach, Jordyn breaking 2 records today, what does it mean to you to see one of your players reach those goals?
I love to see players reach any, milestone or goal. I think it's, as a coach, those moments you get to see, hopefully, if you do it long enough. And I've been doing this a long time. We don't have to say how long, but I've seen people achieve some really cool things and reach their dreams and maximize their potential. And, for me, it's hopefully I'll see a lot more players come through here and reach their dreams and maximize their potential. But for Jordyn, this is something she's going to remember for the rest of her life. And she's going to be able to tell her kids and her grandkids, her families can tell stories about this for the rest of their lives. Those are core memories that you get to be part of, that you get to experience. I'm a big believer in, the universe kind of makes it right for the people that deserve it. And I have faith, and I know that my steps are ordered. And I told Jordyn after the game, that's why you didn't make a bucket the last 3 games, because it was meant to happen here on your senior night in front of your family, the way that it happened. I mean, this team, this program would not be what it is today without that kid. And I mean that on the court, I mean that off the court, I mean that in the community. She's super humble, so she'll never tell you that. But it is, I get asked this question a lot, it is hard to put into words what it means to have Jordyn here for her 6th year, having battled through everything she went through even before this year, but this year, and to be out there for her teammates, to experience what she did today, hopefully to experience what we're hoping to experience in March. And for me to be part of that with her is an honor and a blessing.
Aria?
Shea, after Jordyn and Ayanna had to miss all of last season due to injury, they had another really big game today. What has it meant to see them performing the way that they have and really be the catalyst for this team?
It is, well, first of all, it's integral to see them succeed because we need them to be successful. And the thing that I love about that for both of them is there is adversity, and you guys know this, there is always adversity. There aren't a lot of guarantees in life. Adversity is one of them. Whether it's sports or family or business, you're going to face some really hard times. And they faced a really tough time last year. Our team faced a really tough time. And it would have been very easy for them to falter, for Jordyn to just say, hey, you know what, I'm done playing basketball. For Ayanna not to approach her rehab the way that she did because that kid loves to play basketball. She could have felt sorry for herself that she didn't get to play. I do think it was divine intervention that they got to go through the rehab process together. It made them very close. But what I love about what's happening right now for both of them is that they're experiencing what your hard work and what focusing on the process of becoming great at anything you do feels like, looks like, and means. When you put the work in, great things will happen. It may not happen as quickly as you want it to, and it may not happen every day, but you just stay focused on, showing up, doing your best, whatever that means, with the work, with the people, and enjoying that process, and great things will happen. I love it for both of them because there might not be 2 kids, that deserve it more than those 2 as hard as they've worked. But I certainly know that I love it too because our team needs them. And for them to be playing as well as they are right now is a great sign for us in March.
Your team kind of swarmed Bella at the end of the game. What did that moment mean to you, and what does that say about her that they gravitated towards her?
Again, man, like, what's a better ending for a senior on senior night? And what you guys don't know is she does that to our starters every day in practice. So that was like, oh my God, look at that crazy bucket. She does that every day. So we knew that play, we knew what she was going to do. But again, I feel like that's the universe making it right for a kid that deserved it. But hopefully what you saw from the reaction, and especially like the last 8 minutes of the game, is a sign of our positive culture and of how invested these kids are in each other, in what we're doing and where we're going. That was so much fun to experience. I just stood there and like stayed out of the way. And it's my job then to let them shine. And I thought that especially down the stretch today, our entire team shined. It was really cool for our last game of Memorial this season and for those two seniors.
How do you feel about, sorry, go ahead. How do you feel about where your team is right now in terms of the NCAA bid?
I feel great. I mean, the things that I preach to them, I preach to myself, I preach to you guys, are it is what it is. I mean, we all we can control is what we can control. And what we needed to do was win these last 3 games. We needed to finish our regular season strong, and we did that. And I think now we can focus on the SEC tournament and go out there and compete as hard as possible and hopefully compete for a championship, and play as long as we can in the tournament. But I don't know that we could have done any more, towards the end of our regular season to make sure that, we are invited to the NCAA tournament. And I don't worry about it. I worry about giving them off, tomorrow, focusing on the SEC tournament, preparing to play, and then taking care of business day by day. I'm not in that room that they choose, but I am in the room of with my team in preparation for the tournament, and that's what we're going to focus on right now is the SEC tournament.
Shea, in today's game, Georgia cut that lead to 4 in the third quarter. You've had a couple games this season where that's kind of the point that things have fallen apart a little bit, but obviously today you ended up winning by 17. So what was it that allowed you guys to kind of get back on the horse there and cruise to the win from there?
I think the experiencing of falling off the horse, and I mean that because when we got back into our huddles, when these are happening, I'm not having to encourage, I'm watching them. I'm coming in there like, okay, strategically, technically, and I'll get on a couple of younger players. But my veterans are in there like, no, that's it. This is how we need to guard that. This is what we're going to do. We need to make sure we're doing this on offense in terms of the standards that we set for our program. And then it's my job to come in and make sure that I'm guiding them technically the right way. But I didn't have to bring the energy and the effort and the positive communication to the huddle, where I feel like in those games where we lost those leads in the second half, I had to bring that. Our team looked defeated when I came into the huddle. That was not today. So you can tell, I can tell that we've grown from that. That was great also to go through that today and come out. We stepped on their necks, to come out on that side of it at the end of the game was great.
Sasha Washington had 13 rebounds today as well as 13 points. What can you say about her impact on this game?
She's somebody that you can just really count on in there for the most part. I think the thing that I'm really impressed right now with Sasha is her conditioning. The last couple years, I know that I have to get her out of the game or there's going to be, a transition late for the other team, 2 fouls and 3 missed layups before I can get her out, And I thought today she did a really good job defending Nicholson, who I think is a really tough player. I thought she did a really good job rebounding the ball, getting great position and getting open layups, but she was steady. She was steady. She fought the entire game. She did everything she needed to do for us to come away with the win. Sasha's like a blue-collar player. Like everything she does for our team to win, you don't always see it on the stat sheet. But Jordyn Cambridge and Ayanna Moore have to be on the floor for us, I think, as much as possible for us to secure big wins. I was proud of her today for staying out of major foul trouble. That's another great sign. And hopefully we can continue that trend into the tournament.
Somebody who's getting hot at the right time is Justine Passat. How important is she going to be for you guys heading into the tournament?
It's always great to have another weapon, and we say, and admit, with Candace, tools in our toolbox. We needed a lot more tools this year, and we have different ones, but they got to work. They got to do what they're supposed to do. Justine, and we talk about that with our players, what you're great at, you got to bring that to the table every day. There's something that each one of them have to get better at. We all have strengths. We all have things we can improve on. We don't really call them weaknesses, but areas of improvement. Justine is a great shooter. So when she's open, she's got to knock those in. And I feel like right now, not only is our team finding her, getting the ball into her shot pocket, so she's gotten great passes, especially in transition, but she's ready, she's got her feet set, she's knocking them in, she's playing with confidence. And that's a good thing. I also am proud of her because she's defending and she's trying to rebound, which is also growth for her. I'm all for players making shots, but if you don't come down and do your job on the under end, you can't play for me. You got to defend, you got to rebound, you got to play hard, you got to communicate. You want to score on offense? That's great. We need people to score points, but there's a lot of other things to do in a basketball game that can impact winning. Justine's starting to figure that out and do those things for us.
Shea, at the beginning of this season, you said that you thought this could be an NCAA tournament team, and you were about the only one who had that belief. So how proud are you to kind of be to the end of the season and have that proof of concept now?
I'm super proud. I am. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I am really proud because this is really hard to do. And what you're seeing right now has been years in the making for a lot of these kids. You don't see what they go through on a daily basis. They're also full-time students. We have them out in the community. They're doing internships. You know, they're going through health struggles and injuries and the things. I mean, they're playing college athletics, but they're still kids. They're still trying to figure out who they are. They're growing up. They're trying to figure out what are the things I need to be successful in life. And for us to be part of helping them learn and teach them that and watch them be successful and achieve the goals that they have for college athletics on a college basketball team that not everybody gets to do. Like going to the NCAA tournament is the pinnacle of college sports, college basketball, right? Like this is it. And we've put ourselves in great position to do that. I'm really proud of them because they believed also when no one else believed. They believed in Vanderbilt. They believed in me. I'm proud to be their coach, and I hope we play as long as possible in March. I don't want it to end.
If anybody has any questions for Coach about the SEC tournament specifically, now would be the time to go ahead and ask those.
I think we covered it. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. It's great to see everyone.
Thank
I
you,
appreciate
Shea.
y'all being here.